So, you're cutting the grass today? Well, ain't that cute? Welcome back, friends, to the channel. Thank you guys for stopping in. Today, we gotta fix the weed eater. I have a Husqvarna 224L weed eater. And during all the cuttings that we did, we had a little issue. This head bump, which is on the Husqvarna, you can see how it busted and broke, and during the trying to actually bump it to get string out, it would fill this thing up with dirt and stop it from actually depressing and letting new string out. So I stopped the weed eater and noticed that it was just old and frail, and I needed to order some replacements. So I ordered me a new head bump, and it came in, and it is the wrong size. And as you can see, it's the wrong size. So what we need to do is actually change the head. So luckily I thought to purchase an entire head unit, because it's always good to have an extra one, especially like if you're cutting a lot. You can have two heads, one ready, filled with string, and you can just take the other head off and put the other head back on so you can keep on with your weed eating. What they recommend is the Husqvarna T35 head. So today we're going to show you guys how to take a head off a weed eater. You may not know this, so this might help. Well, I hope this thing's clear. So you'll take, it can be a little roofing nail or anything that you can stick inside here. So when you stick it in, you roll it, and there's another hole in there that'll catch. There's another hole in there inside the head that'll make it stop. So once it stops, you take it off. We'll unscrew it. Hold this little ring in, this little washer. There you go. Now, all it is, leave your spacer on when you spin the wheel off. Just make sure that don't fall off. Then we put the other one on. Stick it on the threads, and you know how they say righty tighty, lefty loosey? Well, it's backwards. Lefty tighty. You gotta spin it counterclockwise. It's tight. Once it's tight, you're gonna have to find the hole for this one. Let's see here. Alright. Just snug. Just snug. And that's it, guys. It is on, and now we're going to change the string. We're now going to make sure we add enough string on the head. And what I do is I do what the instructions show. I'll cut you actually 18 foot of string. If you can see, there's some little holes, little buttons on the head. And this is for the guys that don't know. The ones that do, I apologize for wasting your time. You push the buttons in, slides the whole head off. There you go. The head's off, and this is where the string goes. It comes with a little bit of string, but we're gonna actually remove all of that. And we're gonna put in some new string where we have enough in here that we're not gonna have to wait to start cutting and then you have to change string again because you used it all. So the string that I do use is the heavy duty professional line. It's called Speed Pro. It's a 0.095 inches. As it says, it's aerodynamic surface and it's reinforced center core. So it works really well, and it lasts a whole lot longer than some of the string that I've tried before. So we'll cut us off 18 foot. Oh, another thing. So, like all of these parts, I'm going to keep them. I'm going to throw them in a bag, because you never know if I need one of the parts if something else breaks. Alright, so let's get to cutting the string. Okay, so I know I'm looking for 18 foot So I know if I stretch this string out all the way, that's 5 foot for me. So I'll pull it out. That makes me 10. It makes me 15, and then a little bit. That's all I need right there. Let me get to cutting, and we'll get that rolled up. So then I'll take the string, and I'll find the other end to it. There it is. Put them together, just like that, and then I'll pull it down so I can find where the other end is. That will give me 8 foot of string on each side. No, that will give me 9 foot of string on each side. That's my other end. We're going to take all of this mess off that it came with. And I'll show you. Alright, so inside the head you'll see these little bitty grooves inside the center. That's what I'm talking about. They have those grooves, and then they have these little grooves. I'll show you what that one's for once we hook it. So you're going to take the line, you're going to hook it in like this, and then when you put it in, you need to try to hold it firmly. So when you're rolling it on each spool, and you don't want to cross it, you don't want to get it all tangled up, because if it's tangled up, you do a fast job with it, then what's going to happen is during your cutting, your string's not going to come out. So you got to make sure that it's all straight on here with no issues. Can't have it cross over. See how I had that one crossed over? Let me push it back. That way your spool will work properly. When you use the head bump, the string will come out with no problems. So I'll get back with you once I get this thing rolled up. And don't forget to keep it tight, because if you let it go, it'll spool out on you and you're gonna just start all over again. That's why it's good when all of these people that weed eat a lot of yards, they'll have two heads. One of them's gonna be full with string, not attached to the weed eater, and one that's on the weed eater. So if they run out of string during their weed eating process on whatever they're doing, they're actually able to just swap the head out super fast. It's so fast, guys, to swap these heads out. But some people might think it's, oh my gosh, how am I going to change the head out? But it's real simple, as I showed you. And each weed eater is a little different. But so this video is curtailed to the Husqvarna 224L, which is the 4-cycle weed eater, and I love this thing, guys, because you don't have to mix oil with your gas. It has its own little oil dipstick. It has its own little oil dipstick. Okay, so now we got the string tight and it's all nice and neat. We're gonna hold it with our fingers. Keep it from unspooling. We're gonna hold it with our fingers, and you see that little notch right here? So you're gonna take the first one and you're gonna snap it in, boom, like that. It holds your string on the spool. Now this one on the outer edge, you're gonna come down to that little bitty cut that I showed you right here, the little bitty indentation, and you're gonna run it across it, and you're gonna snap it in to this hole like that. So now your string won't fall off. Okay? So then you'll take your head, the outer piece, and you're gonna line these strings up with the area where the string comes in right here. So when you stick it in, and then all you're gonna do is pull it on. You pull it out of that little clip into that. And you're gonna do the same thing with this one. All right. And now we put it on the weed eater. See these little clips? These little clips, you line it up with the hole. You line the clips up with the hole on the head. Snap it in. Make sure it's good. Make sure that's good. We're good to go. Now Kelly wants me to cut some grass. And she wants me to cut the grass. Now Kelly wants me to cut the grass around her little area for her squash that she has planted. We're gonna do that. I really need to get this thing clean. Oh, it's filthy. Miley got this sign in the mail today. A little bitty plastic sign. Do not enter. Roosters will peck your eyes out. I see somebody put a sign up at your gate. Do not enter. Roosters will bite. Fair warning. This is the area where the oil goes on a 4-cycle engine. I've dumped the oil out. Decided I'm going to go ahead and change the oil as well while I'm messing with this thing. It takes 4-cycle oil. So let's see if I can do this without making a mess. Doesn't take a lot. Close her on up. And we'll dry her off. We'll be back. Hey there. You driving the tractor today? Okay, so that was instructions on how to change the string on a 224L Husqvarna weed eater. Now I got some work to do. My wife's staring at me. Hope you guys are safe. Stay well. Always remember to prepare for the unknown. Well guys, I brought my weed eater out here to do a little intro video. And this is what followed me. Good Lord, I gotta make sure I do this right, guys, because I got a big audience. And look at these, all chilled out. They got their place, their seats to be able to watch. These are the gray ones.